It's not for you.
Fans, pick any partner means pick any partner. And Aric Andrews has clearly chosen Lee Valiant. This is Cecil Scott. Brad Stutts is a little disheveled at the moment due to that altercation. We're going to give us some time to regroup. We have got tag team action here, kicking off worldwide. And we've got Aric Andrews, the southpaw in there, the former Riot, teaming with Lee Valiant against Chet Sterling and Smith Garrett. And already, the Aric Andrews team has got an advantage, but Chet Sterling with the reversal and the power edge of Aric Andrews. Ducking the line, Chet Sterling and that high elbow by Aric Andrews. These two are no strangers. They've been going at it for months now. Nice leapfrog by Chet Sterling and a deep arm drag, taking down the bigger Aric Andrews.
My apologies.
Rip it off.
My apologies, everybody. I don't even know if I yanked something loose on here or not. My apologies, everybody. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I'm typically about here. Nevertheless.
Nice press kick.
Andrews wisely avoids it. Now he goes face first in the canvas.
And this Chet Sterling Smith Garrett team will have a quick edge, and we got to cover.
Referee Kevin Pierce is going to have his hands full anytime scumbags like Valiant and Andrews get involved.
And we haven't seen Lee Valiant since Battlecade. It's been months, and I was kind of liking
missed him for a minute.
Yeah, me and you both.
Garrett.
Beautiful suplex.
He overpowers the bigger man. That's good on his part. Heart stopper elbow. Yes, sir.
Well, Smith Garrett cover. He's going to overpower a lot of guys, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the guy that lives in the gym, takes the sport incredibly seriously, and has been traveling all over, even defending that Worldwide Television Championship up in Northern Virginia for Nova Pro. He's defended it basically all over North Carolina, Mocksville, Asheboro, Gibsonville. Beautiful drop kick. Ever since he won that title back at Battlecade, cover, and the two men in the ring right now, Smith Garrett and Aric Andrews locked in just perpetual combat over who is the rightful #1 contender, who is the guy that deserves that next shot. And it puts Smith Garrett in an unusual situation here. He's teaming with a guy, quite frankly, that wants a shot at his title.
Right, and to be honest, Chet Sterling is one of the top 2 or 3 contenders for that title and another cover. And Andrews and Chet have been trading jabs and trading victories now, it seems like, for weeks. And Lee Valiant, as expected, kind of taking his cheap shots where he can.
Yeah, I apologize again. I'm not even 100% sure my headset's plugged in, but I apologize again. That's not the kind of stuff I should be doing.
No, I mean, you know, we all get caught up in the heat of the moment.
Big shot from Smith Garrett, tag into Sterling.
And they're working great as a team right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, not for nothing. These two work exceptionally well as a team. This is a team that, you know, we could see at some point challenging for the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team titles. It would certainly be a pairing that would do great justice and great pride to those championships. And what a huge matchup that has been announced for those tag team titles. We're going to tell you all about that in the weeks to come here on CWF Worldwide. Maybe the biggest tag team title match we have seen to date.
Yeah, maybe.
We're bringing it to you, huge clothesline.
Just all of the upper body by Andrews and nearly got the 3. And Andrews has taken on a more serious outlook recently. He's kind of cleaned himself up a little bit, got new gear. He seems like he's kind of a lot more focused than he's been since the riot split up.
Yeah, I guess we should tell anybody who may not know the history between the group that used to call itself the Riot. Basically, Valiant, Andrews, and some other people made a vow here, what, about 14 or 15 months ago. They were going to tear CWF down, they were going to burn it to the ground. And the lifeblood, the heart and soul of this organization rallied around CWF Mid-Atlantic, sent all these guys packing. Andrews, the only one who stuck around. And yeah, we've talked about it before. He has actually upped his game in the ring, bell to bell, since the collapse of the Riot. He's found more success since the collapse of the Riot than he found cover. You're not gonna beat Sterling with a knee on the chest. He's found more success since the Riot split up than he found in the whole year or so that group ran together as a team. And nobody, I assure you, was interested in seeing the Valiant back at all. Lost his hair in the cage of death back in November. And after that battle cage showdown with Nick Richards, where Richards became the only person in the Riot to redeem himself and be welcomed back into CWF Mid-Atlantic. Quite frankly, after that loss to Richards, I didn't think we were going to see Valiant anymore, and I was A-OK with that.
Oh, Chet able to turn that neck breaker around.
Great thinking on the part of Chet Sterling.
May have went to the eyes there.
Come on, Chet!
And it's kind of strange that Andrews would welcome Valiant back so quickly, since he worked so hard to kind of become his own man. It took him a long time to get going in a straight path.
Well, you know, you find a lot of times you see people that in wrestling or without, they will rely on what they know. They will go back to those familiar places mentally or what have you. And I think, you know, it was Garrett and Sterling that issued this challenge back a couple weeks ago on CWF Worldwide. They told Aric Andrews to find anybody, find a partner. You know, when placed with a challenge like that, it doesn't surprise me that much. I don't really think about it, to be honest with you. I don't spend a lot of my time thinking about Aric Andrews. But it doesn't really surprise me, to be honest.
Well, cover.
That Andrews would go back to Valiant. Andrews was always, you know, he was the first lieutenant with Valiant. He was the guy that, you know, he never left Valiant's side until that cage match when he had, you know, he was surrounded by the entire locker room and it was pretty much leave or get destroyed.
I think more accurately, he never questioned Lee Valiant, which is what Lee looked at.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
He didn't question things like Nick Richards did, as we got an illegal choke, by the way.
Yeah, referee Kevin Pierce, I do not admire having to stand with these guys.
Lee Valiant, like him or not, is a consummate veteran tag team wrestler. He knows exactly where to place Sterling in there. For that matter, so is Aric Andrews. Oh, Sterling's out.
They've had Sterling isolated for several minutes.
Just right across the throat with that elbow. And after a good start by Smith and Sterling, this former Riot team has really taken over. And look at Chet. Look at Chet. Everywhere he goes, everybody knows the heart of Chet Sterling. Ducking that line.
Great thinking on the part of Sterling.
Oh, backslide.
Into a pinning combination. Great thinking on his feet from Sterling. And he almost beat him.
I think Andrews may have been trying to hook up for that asphalt spike off the ropes, and he was able to reverse to a backslide. But one big hard clothesline from this 6'4", powerful, strong Aric Andrews. Oh, did he stomp him on the hand?
That's good thinking. It's going to prevent him from being able to make that tag. Sterling trying to fight up.
Man, he has really got to reposition himself. He's right in between Valiant and Andrews, but not anymore.
Good thinking, but he's got the heel. Oh, he caught him right in the jaw. I mean, caught him right in the jaw.
Yeah, that wasn't his enziguri that you're used to seeing. That was right in the mouth, and he got the tag.
Garrett is in. Andrews on Dream Street, and I do not see Valiant rushing in to help his boy now.
Not at all surprising.
Sparta kick. Oh, swing and a miss. Ooh. Garrett is dominating both of his opponents at once.
Whoa.
Going up. Hold on.
Ready to count along with him?
10 punches.
Oh, Sterling.
Yeah, Sterling sent hard to the floor. Oh my God, just hard to smack on the concrete.
Smith Mountain.
I don't know if Smith heard it or not. Valiant is heading for higher ground. Watch Andrews, watch Aric Andrews. He's just out of frame, but watch Aric Andrews. He's right behind the champion. I don't know if the worldwide television champion realizes it or not. Swinging a miss.
Too caught up with Valiant out there.
There's the #1 challenger, he would have you think. Smith Mountain on the shoulders. They are fighting all around us here. Asphalt spike.
He's got it set up. Oh, look at that power.
Slips through.
Oh, he caught Chet.
Valiant sent Sterling into him. Rolling reverse too. Oh, slingshot spear from Valiant. Andrews is right there. Son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Andrews and Lee Valiant have won this match. And more importantly, if you're Aric Andrews, he just pinned the television champion right here on Worldwide.
10 minutes, 33 seconds. Your winners by pinfall.
Where's my title shot? I just picked your champ. Like it or not, this right here is gonna be mine.
See how I'm coming more like off my hip? And right, you were like if this arm's going up on lunch here. The little things that makes you money. It's the little things that make people talk about you. No matter what, it's still gonna hurt.
There's our bell for the next contest on Worldwide. Donnie Dollars taking on this debuting Joshua Cutshall. This is a big young athlete right here, Donnie Dollars. Fitting here at Homecoming will be right here. And I get the feeling this is going to be a big kind of brawling type match here. Donnie really trying to get his feet back under and get back on track. And so far, he's taking it to this youngster Cutshall.
Huge scoop and a slam. My apologies once again, everybody. But CWF Worldwide is on the air, and I'm not going to let I'm not going to let that scumbag ruin my night or the viewers' nights. Joshua Cutshall making a long-awaited CWF Mid-Atlantic debut here against Donnie Dollars. This is a man that has made a lot of waves in the western part of the state. For people that are not familiar with North Carolina, in a way, it's very segmented. You have us almost dead center in the state. There's a whole other wrestling circuit in the western part of the state and in the eastern part of the state. Oh! That scene in the western part has produced such names as Ethan Case, Rob Killjoy, and a bunch more. Cutshall has been tearing it up for a long, long time. This is his first opportunity in CWF Mid-Atlantic, his first time on CWF Worldwide, and this is the homecoming. This is the night where we see, names from the past, present, and future. This is a guy that could be a big part of CWF's future.
Right, big bullshit type athlete.
You want to know another guy who made his debut at the homecoming back a couple of years ago? Manny Garcia.
Never heard of him.
Went on to become a very big player here in the Carolinas and beyond.
No way.
The precedent has been set for someone to march into CWF Mid-Atlantic on the homecoming and make an immediate name for themselves.
And you know what? Manny Garcia made his name against the CWF legend, just like Cutshall is right now.
Absolutely. Donnie Dollars, one of the longest tenured guys on the CWF Mid-Atlantic roster. Cutshall,
he's been going after that arm.
It's just abusing that arm. Gnawing on it like a Rottweiler with a bone.
That's pretty good geography lesson earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you look at the geography of North Carolina, we're almost dead center. There's a lot of amazing wrestling all over the Carolinas. Uh-oh, pump handle. Oh, he couldn't use it. He could not use that arm. Great thinking on the part of Joshua Cutshall. Donnie Dollars could not use that arm.
And again, he went right back to it when it opened up. Very, very smart game plan by Cutshall. And I get the feeling he's not going anywhere else in this match. At least he wouldn't. He shouldn't if he's smart.
Slugging away. These are two big, bad dudes. Donnie with something like, I think it's like 12 years or more of CWF Mid-Atlantic experience. I believe the first time we saw him was in the autumn of 2004, if I remember correctly. So this is a young, but he's still relatively young, but this is a young man that has been with us for a number of years. Former Mid-Atlantic television champion, now the worldwide television champion. Former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champion, along with Dangerous E. Corey Edsel, who we will see challenge Ric Converse for the PWI Championship.
Yeah, I remember when I first came in, he was still a guy up and coming. He was more or less your bodyguard at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I spent a lot of miles on the road with this young man. He has got heart second to none, but man, Cutshall is just tearing him apart.
Sometimes all the heart in the world doesn't match up when you got a younger, stronger man in there.
And Cutshall standing in the middle of the CWF ring, soaking it all in.
We still got fans filing in the building right now, Brad.
Undeniably, this is going to be a big win for him if he marches into the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium and knocks off, quite frankly, a CWF original, quite frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Donnie Dollars, yeah, he's not as active as he used to be, but he's still a big name. Going for that pump handle.
Going for it. He powered him up. Oh, he powered him up with the arm. He powered him up, but that arm has been destroyed.
And that might be enough to do it.
Cover two. Cecil Scott was at that momentary pause because of the arm.
Absolutely. A lot of times in these matches, you get pins because the guy's momentarily out of it. And that's a good 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah. Donnie trying to regroup. He's going for that big boot. That thing has ended a ton of fights in CWF Mid-Atlantic.
Yes,
how appropriate for the homecoming if Donnie puts another down. He dodged it.
He KO'd him with that elbow.
Took his head right off.
Richardson down. 3.
Upset City.
Wow.
Joshua Cutshall on his very first night in CWF Mid-Atlantic has knocked out Donnie Dollars.
5 minutes and 3 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Joshua Cutshall.
You all will remember the name of the real man, Joshua Cutshall!
Wow. So, this is what it's come to for you, huh? Here we are, homecoming. You've been around for what, 12 years now? Figured homecoming of all places would be when you score that big win and things start looking up for old Donnie Dollars again. You would think that. But sure enough, kid comes in here, first night here, knocks the lights out. Shane, very Shane. What happened, man? Look, you used to be somebody around here. You used to be a foundation of fat bag. Hold on. You really did. You used to be somebody. You used to be champion. But now look at you. You're just pathetic. it's like there's no value to the dollar anymore. You should know this. Even Alexander Sharp knows a thing or two about money and value and investments. I have a proposition for you. Maybe you could try signing up with Moneyball and maybe it might fix a couple of your problems. What do you say, Big Don? Don't do it! Sir,
You know this guy, and you know what he's capable of. He's a scumbag. I mean, these people out here been cheering your name for 12 years. And this guy right here, he's nothing. He's a lame. You nothing. You nothing. Donnie, don't do it. I'm telling you, do not do it.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Snooty Fox. You want to call that here and say that I'm nothing, but what have you done? Do you even wrestle around here? I'm just saying. Well, now I'm just saying you got knocked out. Good hit, Donnie. That's exactly what I was talking about.
The Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium is the #1 venue for live pro wrestling in all of the Carolinas. But did you know that you can also rent the Sportatorium for all of your anniversaries, fundraisers, and live pro wrestling birthday parties? Check us out at CWF247.com to find out more about how you can have your events right here at the Sportatorium.
For one call, the 20-minute time limit. Please welcome out the Kamakazi Kid!
For the tag titles in there. I want to make something perfectly clear. This is a scientific rules match. I know most of these people have no clue. They don't even know how to spell science. But anyway, that means that you cannot break the rules. Strictly by the book. Pinfall or submission. No fighting on the floor. No punches. No anything, just wrestling. Just wrestling. Like I teach how to wrestle. Wrestling. And you better do it right. I'm going to be watching every single move in this match.
Nick Richards agreed to this just so he could get a match with the Kamakazi Kid, but according to Coach Gemini, no strikes, no punches, no fighting on the floor, strictly mat-based wrestling.
Yeah, Coach Gemini plainly said, if you want this match with Kazi, if you want to drag the violent, crazy Kamakazi Kid that I've been trying to keep under lock and key, if you want him, you will have to wrestle your way through it. And Kazi is daring Richards to punch him. Now that would result in a disqualification. That would mean Richards does not get his match. Richards going to an armbar. We have seen both of these men have, you know, some of the craziest, wildest matches in CWF history, Cecil Scott. But Kazi has the benefit of being mentored by Coach Gemini, working alongside the likes of Roy Wilkins, maybe the greatest technical wrestler on the planet today. That's right, I said it. He's been mentored and worked side by side, hand in hand, sparring, training with some of the best scientific wrestlers there are. Richards has not had that that we're aware of.
No, I very seriously doubt it. And not to mention, Coach Gemini himself was a great technical wrestler in his day.
Oh yeah.
He has a lot of knowledge to pass on.
I have long suspected that Coach has not forgotten as much in those 37 concussions as he would like for us to believe he has.
Absolutely. And we got a nice top wrist lock. He's going to try to bridge Nick Richards over here. This is the kind of wrestling I like, Brad. I like the scientific game.
I think it's going to be real interesting to gauge. Oh, cover! He wrestled his shoulders down.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to gauge the crowd response here because the crowd wants to see that fight.
Right.
The crowd feels, I think, very closely the same way Richards feels. They want to see these two fight it out. They want to see, you know, who is the wildest, the craziest, the most insane, the most severe, the most extreme wrestler on the CWF Mid-Atlantic roster.
Whoa, jackknife.
And it is the coach who is trying to deprive us all of that.
I think more than anything, the fans want to see the Kamakazi Kid get his just desserts here.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, they want to see that crazy match because they want to see Kazi get his.
This crowd is losing its patience with the coach and Kazi, and it has only been a couple of minutes.
Yeah, even with that slick Expos jersey.
What is Coach hollering about?
He said he's going to make sure everybody's a good sport here.
Richards going back to the arm. Oh, he drew back, but he can't throw that punch. You saw Richards instinctively went to deck Kazi, but he can't do it.
Here's the thing is, we got an arm drag here. All of these guys, even if they choose not to do it, they all know how to wrestle. It's just one of the first things you learn when you're training. I just think that Kamakazi Kid may have the benefit of having done it more often recently. You know, it's one of the skills you always have, but not as fine-tuned, I guess is the best way to put it.
A lot of cases it's kind of like maybe like high school algebra or high school Spanish.
Right.
You know, you learn it fundamentally as you're coming up, but if you don't use it for a couple of years, it does kind of go by the wayside.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got to back him up here.
Richards trying to get clarification on the rules. Strikes are discouraged. They are not expressly forbidden, but all striking is discouraged. It is meant to be a chain wrestling match. It is meant to be what back in the day one might have called catch as catch can.
Right. The old Frank Gotch style wrestling.
Coach has actually said before, the three greatest scientific wrestlers, Gotch, Hackenschmidt, and Roy Wilkins.
How much footage of Hackenschmidt do you think he's really watched?
Crowd is on top of Kazi. Oh, went for the roll reverse. Kazi's got the ropes.
Hook that ankle.
He will have to wrestle his way out of it. That's an illustration of the rules right there. Kazi getting to the ropes. He broke it, but he couldn't throw that back elbow. He couldn't throw a punch like he normally would. He's got to wrestle his way out of the match.
Absolutely. And we should point out you can still do wrestling moves in a match like this. You know, nobody said you can't, you know.
Big Death Valley Bomb or the Flying Diamond Cutter. You know, so many things that are signature to both these athletes are not forbidden.
Nice reversal out of that. Right into the hammerlock there. He's got that suck in pretty deep.
One thing that there has been some controversy, some back and forth on, is the use of the top rope. Gemini has expressly indicated interest. The top rope is expressly forbidden. You cannot come off the top rope, but Kazi can. And I don't think that's going to fly.
Yeah, that seems like a one-sided caveat to this match.
In the negotiations of putting this match together, Coach was pretty insistent that Richards could not come off the top rope, but Kazi can. I don't think that passed a more thorough inspection as this match was put together by William L. Cross, Michael Norris, and all the great CWF Mid-Atlantic officials.
And Nick, bless his heart, was going to agree to just about anything just to get him in the ring.
I'd have made him buy my food or something. Oh, Richards with a wrestling hold!
Abdominal stretch.
Look at Coach on the apron. He's not happy about it.
You know what? I would give Nick $10 right now if he switches that over into an octopus stretch.
I would give Nick $12 if he knew what an octopus stretch was. Sounds like something that you would get with a side of dim sum.
Sounds delicious, actually. And the coach, Nick was grinding the fist into the ribs, and the coach is trying to call that.
Yeah, that's one of the, you see that a lot in the catch style, little tricks like that.
Right,
putting the forearm across the guy's face when you cover him, little things like that. Those are a part of the catch style that coach is saying this match should be governed by.
Right, you watch the old Luthez title defenses, and he would never break the rules, but he would do little cheeky things like that. And yes, sir, I've watched a lot of the old Luthez title defenses. And he's got to let Kazi back in the ring here.
Yes, he does. Now, Richards really a big part of this match, Richards cannot get overzealous. Richards has got to stay focused and stay the task at hand.
Right, the moment he tries to go out there and start pitching furniture on the floor, that's when the match is over. Nice drop toe hold there by Richards.
He wasn't using that nose anyway.
No, Nick, don't go up there. He cannot go up to the ropes, he'll get disqualified. But there was some conjecture over whether or not the rope would be outlawed or not.
Am I to gather by what Kevin Pierce has just insinuated, am I to gather that the top rope is outlawed?
Apparently, Nick was on the second rope and he stopped him. But Kazi pushed the man out of the ring, and apparently that's not a DQ. And Chappie,
Kazi is manipulating the official. Oh, Gemini punches Richards right in the face.
As Chappie held him. And Chappie's still out there doing a number, and he rolls Nick Richards back in the ring. Referee Pierce did not see any of this, so we got a cover. And Richards kicks out at one. And Kamakazi Kid has Richards exactly where he wants him now. Oh, Nick's out. He took a couple of hard shots on the floor. And he undercut that arm pin, trying to hyperextend the shoulder. It'll definitely separate a rotator cuff if you're not careful. It's a chop, not a closed fist. That's legal. And Kazi backs the man back into the corner. Richards trying to fight back with that chop. In the midsection, the shoulder, the arm. Kazi has worked over everything here. Richards, he's prone at the moment.
Crowd really on the case of referee Kevin Pierce. He's just doing his job here. It was, the political maneuvering of the coach that got this match scheduled.
Might have been a political hit. And Nick, I've seen him try to do a couple of little things, but he can't quite get back in it.
Well, this crowd is 100% behind Richards. Sunset Flip is a great wrestling hold,
almost got
but it only got two.
And I don't know if a clothesline's legal, but Pierce didn't see it.
Well, in the NFL, that would get you like 10 or 15 yards, but
right.
I don't know anything about football. I used to hear that on Mid-South tapes. I suppose that's still a thing.
A few people still watch football.
Kazi on top of Richards. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. They're up at a vertical base.
Oddly enough, since this thing has turned into a more traditional
To hell with the foot on the chest stuff.
This thing's turned into a more traditional match that you're used to seeing, and Kazi's had the advantage since that happened. Of course, there was a little assistance, of course.
Yeah, to say the least.
2 minutes has expired. 2 minutes remaining.
Cecil, take us inside the ring. You know, you were a competitor for a number of years. Is something like this, where it's a mat-based match, is that more physically tiring than what you might call a stand-up brawl?
In a lot of ways, yes. I think. Well, we'll give him
He's making Kazi get off the rope. What's fair is fair. He's making Kazi get off the rope. Oh, Richard said, I'll get him myself.
I'll continue my point in a moment. He's hooking up a scorpion. No, a sharpshooter.
Trying for it. Kazi trying to fight it. Kazi may have fought his way out. Kazi may have fought his way out. No, Richards is trying to turn him. Richards has got to turn him. Yes, he does.
He's got him hooked.
I don't know if our camera caught it or not, but Kazi had his hand behind the ankle of Richards. That's a great way to block that hold.
Yeah, any type of leg submission is the best way to go. As the coach tries to get in the ring, watch out for Chappie.
Look at this moron Chappie.
I think he clipped the leg.
I think he did. I think it was almost like a soccer kick to the back of the knee.
God, he put Chappie in a pair of tights and he thinks he's doing something.
Jeez almighty. Both men down.
But to continue my point real quick, yes, these technical matches will drain you more than a fist fight. You know, because you're grinding and pulling on the muscles and exerting things that you didn't know you had. Watch out for Richards, cutter.
Oh, he caught him. Wait, did he catch him in a sleeper hold?
A variation, that's a kata hajime it looks like.
Yes, it is. Oh, Richards may go out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the floor camera's in great position. Referee Kevin Pierce is in great position. You want to look at Richards' eyes. You want to see if he's still with us or not. If he is still responding, if Richards does not respond, Pierce will have to call the fight.
Yeah, this is a dangerous hold. It's actually illegal in judo.
The arm is still up. Pierce needs to check that arm. Yeah, there it is. Oh, if Richards' lights go out, that will stop the fight.
It's two.
Oh, this is a little dangerous for a choke.
That's it? Oh, no.
This is a little dangerous for a choke. Pierce is giving Richards one more chance. Oh, man, Richards has got to get out of this hole.
Yeah, it looked like he let the first one kind of slip by.
A lot of times in combat sports, you'll see officials stop it after the first time in a choke situation like that.
He's still got that hold hook, though.
Richards trying to use the ropes to his advantage.
So
It's a pinning predicament. Shoulders not down, though.
He's still got the shoulder rolled up.
There it is. No.
Kazi saw it coming.
Yeah, he did.
They give the guy credit. I mean, a lot of people don't realize how smart Kazi is.
I'm real surprised that Richards did not get choked out right there.
I'm very shocked. We don't. Anytime you see that hold hook, guys they kind of go out real quick.
Richards into the ropes here. Oh, clothesline!
God, he waylaid him.
Coach is blowing the whistle. Strikes are not forbidden, but they are discouraged. He swung the fist. He swung the fist.
Yeah, he swung the fist, but he ducked it. Sent him a DDT.
If he had connected on that punch, Richards would have won this thing on disqualification.
Ooh, nice twisting suplex.
Boy, this thing may be breaking down into a fight here. 2-2. Now, if this thing breaks down into a fight, the first closed fist that gets thrown will be a disqualification.
Right, and we've seen this, you've seen many times in matches, guys lose their cool, and the first thing you want to do is throw a strike.
Likewise, if this thing were to go to the floor, a much less judicial 10 count, pretty much the match is to be stopped if it breaks down into a fight on the floor.
Right, it's officiated like an old match from the 40s, more or less.
Right, less leeway. Power bomb.
Well, he muscled him up.
Yeah, he did. Richards fought out, though. I think Richards suckered Kazi in.
Tiger suplex in the middle of the ring.
Perfectly legal.
And he dumped him right on the back of the head.
Perfectly legal. I don't know if Gotch would approve, but it's perfectly legal. Richards. He does like that double arm bar.
Yeah, the
counter mutilation, exactly.
Got him.
Oh, he just dropped Kazi on his head and neck. Coach has got to get out. Coach has got to get out.
Champion again.
The numbers game from the All-Stars once again playing to their advantage. Richards has got nobody in his corner.
Every time Richards almost has a single one, Chappie gets back in the ring.
This crowd is getting fired up and angry.
back up after that horrible string of moves he just took.
Rolling reverse, 2, no sir.
And he had a good deep cover there. Richards still got some fight in him.
You know, back about 8 or so weeks ago, Richards had the chance to choose the rules. Kazi beat him in his own match. Richards has got a fight here to beat Kazi in the rules the coaches picked. Rolling reverse, shoulders down, got him! Held him down and beat him!
Nick Richards hangs in there in this scientific match. He dealt with the interference of Chappie and the coach. And Nick Richards has out-wrestled the Kamakazi Kid.
15 minutes, 14 seconds. No wonder why being called Nick Richards!
Means you get your fight with the Kamakazi Kid.
Gorgeous CL party pretty much got that covered. As much as I'm proud of that I won with wrestling, I won what the Mid-Atlantic is based off of. I promised everybody in this building, including the Kamakazi Kid, that we would get a fight.
Kazi just came back with that kendo stick and nailed Nick in the back. Oh my God.
You ain't never want to turn down fight.
Oh my God, he just destroyed Richards with that kendo stick. And we've got a 3-on-1 attack out here. Oh no. Oh no, they got him against a post. Man, we need some help out here. Snooty Fox is here, Cool J is here. Fans, we got help out here for Nick Richards. The Kamakazi Kid has made his intent very clear.
Hey guys, Nick Jackson here, the Young Bucks. You are watching CWF Worldwide, but you actually should be on ProWrestlingTees.com/YoungBucks. We've got like 54 designs. Pick one of the coolest ones. Too sweet me. Boom.
Tonight's the night! PWR champ! Huh? I'll get him in about 2 minutes. Don't worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final chapter in one of CWF Mid-Atlantic's greatest feuds between two CWF originals. Between them, they are responsible for 8 Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championships, 2 Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Championships, 2 Weaver Cups, 2 CWF Rumbles, and 3 World Championships. Introducing first the challenger. He is a 2-time former Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champion, the winner of the 2002 CWF Rumble
and the winner of the very first Weaver Cup tournament. Tonight he vows that he will end his career as champion. Please welcome to the CWF Homecoming, Dangerous E, Corey Edsel. And his opponent is a six-time former Mid-Atlantic champion, former Mid-Atlantic Tag Team champion, the winner of the 2005 CWF Rumble and the 2010 Johnny Weaver Cup. And he is the reigning and defending Pro Wrestling International Heavyweight Champion. Welcome back, Ric Converse. One fall for the Pro Wrestling International Heavyweight Championship to a finish.
Ring the bell!
Cecil Scott, this is what the CWF Homecoming is all about. Two of the greatest we have ever seen. Edsel swings and a miss. Converse is on the offensive. It is one of the greatest feuds in the history of CWF Mid-Atlantic. They have headline battlecades against each other. They have faced in the Weaver Cup tournament finals. They have had some of the greatest matches in the history of this organization. Dangerous E. Corey Edsel says tonight may very well be his night. He said that should he win the title tonight, he will announce his retirement as champion.
That's pretty big, and that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. But real quick, I got to touch on this. Converse immediately went to that hand. That big right hand that Corey Edsel likes to KO people with.
Yeah, the punching power of Edsel is second to literally none. Literally no one has got the punching power of Dangerous E.
Right, no matter how big he is, how much weight he's lost, that punching power has never left.
He does not maintain a full-time schedule. Converse does, wrestling all over against basically opponents from anywhere. He's the traveling champion. Cover 2, going all over defending the championship. Within the past 45 days, Converse has successfully defended the title against Zane Dawson, Arik Royal, and now he looks to make it 3 successful title defenses in less than 2 months. And he goes up against Dangerous E. Corey Edsel, and you're right, Cecil Scott. Converse has gone right after the hand, right after the punching power of Dangerous E.
Well, I think it was because he saw Edsel immediately went for that shot as soon as the bell rang.
Yeah, I've known Edsel a long time. I can assure you, he would have been happy with a one-punch knockout. He would have been happy winning this belt in 13 seconds. No qualms about it. Edsel wants to leave as champion. He wants to win the final chapter in this historic feud. This epitomizes the CWF Homecoming. Who will be the last man standing in, CWF and Wrestling in the Carolinas is red hot in 2016. I've gone on record and said Wrestling in the Carolinas is the hottest it's been in 30 years. A lot of us that have been here since day one have asked ourselves in the past year or so. Beautiful job, kid. We've asked ourselves.
He landed on his hand.
Yeah, he did. That's a bad break for Edsel. Edsel may not be able to use that hand for anything. A lot of us that have been here since day one have asked ourselves, if the generation that came before, if the world was different then, if there was YouTube and file sharing, and if it was easier to get access to footage like it is now, how would the generation that came before this current generation match up to the current generation? Before there was a Trevor Lee and a Roy Wilkins, there was a Corey Edsel and a Ric Converse. I can't say it any clearer than that.
Oh, Converse was the Frankensteiner.
Converse goes to the air. And one man will win the final chapter of this legendary feud here tonight. Converse going to the submission. The old Border City stretch, I believe.
We saw him break this out against Royal a few weeks ago. And both of these men We might get a submission here. I don't see Corey Edsel submitting.
I'd be pretty surprised if that was the case.
But both of these men, I think, would go on record as saying that these two are the toughest opponent of either man's career.
Absolutely. They have traded the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, like 4 times between them, I believe. From Edsel to Converse, back to Edsel, back to Converse.
Right, and if you ask a lot of our longtime fans, the ones that have been here.
Oh, he stopped on him again.
For 10, 15 years, I think they would say these are the 2 greatest champions in company history. You know, that's an opinion, and a pretty strong one.
It's a short list, I would say. It's these 2. It's the longest reigning Mid-Atlantic champion in history, Arik Royal, and quite frankly, Trevor Lee is itching up on that list with every passing day. That's a conversation for another time, though, as 2 of our pioneers of CWF Mid-Atlantic. In the days before there was a worldwide YouTube show, in the days of oh, he got him! Oh, he caught him on the floor! He can't win the title on the floor, though! He caught him on the floor, but he can't win the title on the floor!
Well, here's something interesting that happens to that hand. Once it gets damaged enough, it goes numb. And you can throw it as hard as you want. And I think Edsel just realized that.
But a count out does him nothing on his vow to announce his retirement tonight as champion.
Right, you're absolutely right. I think it's a desperation move on his part.
A count out does him nothing.
He saw the opening and took it.
This is going to be a bad break for the challenger.
He's up to 8.
Oh, he stopped him. He stopped the count. He had to stop the count. Converse was not going to make it.
No, he was KO'd.
But now Converse has had all that time on the outside. I'm trying to get a look in his eyes if he knows where he is or not. Edsel into the cover.
Smart.
2. I didn't catch Edsel at the weigh-in, but even with all the weight that he's lost, he still has got that size advantage on Converse.
Right, he still wrestles like a big man.
Yeah, he still hits. He retained the punching power of a 400-pounder who studies the sport of boxing like nobody else in the sport of wrestling I've ever met. This is the guy that has trained with pro fighters. His punching power is unreal.
And a lot of people don't know this. He had a promising boxing career at one time. He could have become a pro boxer.
Yeah, there was a point back about 10, 11 years ago that he had to make the choice between defending the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship or pursuing a professional boxing career. Boom! Caught him. 2! Only got 2. By the time that Edsel finally lost that championship to Ric Converse, which, by the way, was the longest title reign in history until Royal broke it a decade later. By the time Edsel finally lost the championship, that window had closed. That opportunity was no longer there. He chose the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship, and he chose CWF Mid-Atlantic over a potential run as a pro boxer. It's not something that he talks about very often. I don't know how much it bothers him, but I have a feeling if it bothers him at all, it will bother him a lot less if he makes good on his vow and leaves tonight as champion.
Well, it's human nature to always wonder what if. Did I make the right choice? And I feel like he's probably very content with the choice he made.
Converse stepping on the hand.
Yeah, Converse has not forgotten about that hand.
No. Matter of fact, in the history of CWF Mid-Atlantic, he might have been hit with it as much as anybody else.
Right, before it was a signature move. I've been hit with that Edsel right hand.
Oh yeah, without question.
Converse, one thing he does very, very well, he always sticks to a game plan. Nice side slam.
2! Only got 2.
A lot of guys, there's a saying that everybody has a game plan until you get hit. Converse does a good job of sticking with it even after he gets hit.
Yeah, he does. That's a big, big strength to Converse. Edsel going to the abdominal stretch now. This is going to be interesting. He's close enough to the ropes.
Well, there you
There
go.
it is. Does Edsel want it bad enough to take the cheap shot? He did not even let me get the words out of my mouth before Edsel went to the ropes. Corey Edsel would rather win dirty than lose clean tonight. Can you blame him, Cecil Scott? Back is against the wall.
No, absolutely. These salty veterans, that salt never goes away. Especially when you put yourself on the spot, saying, hey, I'm retiring. You want to win this title. Brimley Pierce caught him. Damage done. Stuck him. And this has been more or less a slugfest from the start.
Oh, big spear.
Got a lot of elevation on that cover. A lot of spring in his step off of that spear.
Edsel's got to refocus. He's got to regroup. He's got the opening right now. Converse is down. He's got to drown out the pain in that hand and keep pressing forward. Ooh, the point of the elbow hit the canvas.
Right, and all the damage that's already been done to the hand, the nerves going up in that forearm. This is a good opening for Converse.
These two are throwing hurting bombs in this championship match. Sleeper hold.
Nice sleeper. And the way these guys are going at it, you wouldn't think that it's been a decade since they last fought.
Into the ropes.
Oh, sky-high powerbomb.
Oh, he stuck him right in the center of the ring, but it took a lot to muscle that big man up.
Good feet over. That was a two. If he could have got the feet over the shoulder, that would have done it.
Yes, it would have. Edsel resilient, staying alive. Converse up, looking confident.
And another hard shot by Converse. He's throwing some pretty hard punches himself tonight.
Very, very different. Completely different from that scientific wrestling match. These two are throwing bombs at each other. Oh, he caught him! Oh, he caught him!
Yeah, his knees buckled.
Oh, he caught him! Edsel caught him, but both men are down. Edsel caught him with the KO, but both men are down. Oh, he's got to make that cover, man. Valuable seconds are ticking away. The sand in the hourglass on the career of Dangerous Inquiry Edsel's ticking away. Two.
He had to shake that hand out. He couldn't get any feeling going in it.
That's a bad break for the challenger. He landed that KO. It had to jar the bones. It had to jar all the way up his arm, but he did land the KO.
If he can get one more good shot, he's got a good chance to get this win.
Spinebuster. Oh,
sir.
He's on top. There it is.
Cover.
Two. Ooh, so close. So close, Cecil Scott.
One of the signature Corey Edsel moves there. He just said it, it's getting numb on him.
That's bad news for the champion.
Very bad. He may do irreparable damage to the hand, but he won't feel a thing when he throws it.
You've been in the ring. Talk about when that hand goes numb or something like that happens. You know, this is real bad for the champion.
I'll come back to it if he gives me a chance.
Miss. Caught it.
Complete shot.
Oh, face first. Right into the canvas. Face first. Cover. Two. Got him. He sent Edsel face first into the canvas and retains the title.
Incredible effort by the challenger, Corey Edsel. The champion was just a bit too much tonight, Brad.
Unbelievable. This is what the CWF Homecoming is all about. Two of the men that built this house going at it one more time for the #1 prize. Converse holds on to it barely.
11 minutes, 13 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, and still the PWI International Heavyweight Champion, Ric Converse. Some of you may know this, some of you don't. But after 16 years, my body just can't take this anymore. That was my last match. And aside from Scott Dawson, there's only one other person I wanted to go out against, and it was an honor to be beat by you one last time. Rick, thank you. You could have said no.